J. Pabst.
Fuck you.
I deserve that.
Alright.
Of course, thank you, man.
Alright, thank you guys for actually sticking out. We're gonna wait around for Zach too. The little prick is scared because I'm gonna fight him again. Because I've got both canes and I'm ready to go. Now, one of the things that I've just kind of noticed here is Nicky has been talking a little bit about his age and how he's getting older. He's 40 or 40 plus, whatever. I don't care. He's younger than me. He's younger than Mike. So I'm 45 and yeah, it sucks. I've got AARP cards that I can go ahead and give you, Nikki, so you can go ahead and get applied. And I was just called for burial insurance. So I just want to let you know I passed your information along too. So, and then of course they've got Medicare supplemental, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I'm getting older. This sucks. And I feel I'm so contrary to many people my age. When I have to read stuff, I take my glasses off. And most people put their glasses on when they're my age. It's like, oh, I need to see my glasses. It's like, I need to take mine off. What the hell's wrong with you? So, getting old sucks. Anyway, since I am in transition from Greeley to Cheyenne here, the house, or the high school that's closest to my house, my apartment, because I can't dare say house because I don't have that much money. Their mascot is the Trojan, and the place where I'm living, I've got some roommates, and they've got a trans girl, daughter. I don't know. The calculus doesn't work for me. I failed. But their mascot is the beaver. So I'm thinking, oh my god, how hilarious would that be if West High School, whose mascot is the Trojans, meets the Beavers? And it's like, no, that's not gonna happen. So I just had to put that in there. Okay, now I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. I've got the ARP, we've got colonoscopy. I've got to go ahead and start getting ready for that. I'm 45. Figured out why that was. They weren't suggesting colonoscopies until you're 50. Until about 6 months or a year ago, they started saying, no, let's do it at 45. If you really look at it, the reason why is because they want to get more money a little bit faster. So, instead of waiting until you're 50, we're going to start getting you colonoscopies every year once you're 45. And it's like, or whatever. But it's like, no, I don't want to do that. So, the other thing that was really interesting is the other day when I had to go into that procedure, my dentist was in the same office. And I'm like, wait, colonoscopy, dentist. Did you wash your fucking hands? I just didn't get that. So that's one that I'm gonna work on a little bit there. I've got more cards for doctors and some kids when they collect baseball cards. I've got more doctors cards than baseball cards. Now, if you stick around until Zach gets here, I'm sure that we'll go ahead and have our little fight there, cripple fight. And one of the other things is I've been doing this for about a year and a half, 2 years almost, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take this professional. I've been to Loveland, I've been to Fort Collins, I've been to Johnstown, Milliken, whatever, been here in Cheyenne, all over the place. I'm ready to go professional. Not professional comedian, I'm a professional couch surfer. Because that's the only fucking way I can do this. So, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm looking at all these jokes I wrote down today that I've been working on. Oh yeah, I was divorced 3 years ago, so this is my 3rd anniversary. Yes. Thank you. Yes, divorce is expensive because it's worth it. Then now, and after getting divorced, it's like letting out a fart you've been holding in for 20 years, and it's like, oh my god, that feels so much better. And then you find out she's fucking some other guy. He's like, you look like Mr. fucking Magoo. And he does. And here I am, I could be on GQ compared to that fucker. So, you know, that's your thing. Anyway, so I went on a date. Yeah, because, you know, everything is all online and everything, you know. Pictures don't match and everything like that. But I went to this date, met this girl. Her name was Karen. And I was like, I should have known right there. I should have said, no, this is not going to happen. But we went. It was an expensive restaurant. We had Italian food. And she ordered a whole bunch of wine. Spent a whole lot of my fucking money. But when we were done, she didn't want to go home with me. I couldn't drive her home. So I decided I was going to go ahead and call her an Uber. I called my friend Patrick, who I went to high school with. Now, Patrick came and picked her up and took her home, I guess. I stayed and drank some more, you know, Jaeger bombs and stuff like that. And I get a invitation 6 months later for a wedding invitation for Karen and Patrick. They're getting married. It's like, I fucking did that? Shit. You know, so she was she didn't like me because I was not related to the family. Pabst didn't have money because I read a busted ass Ford Taurus at the time. And, you know, it's like, well, okay, well, Patrick drove an Acura. Okay. And I guess it was a good ride for him and her. And like I said, I'm trying to love new stuff here. So, let's see here. We got the Gold Digger, we got that. Oh, in high school. You know, we have the junior and senior year. You have to do, like, home ec or senior and junior projects or whatever. So I would go to this stuff, and you had to do community service. What I did is I volunteered at the Humane Society. I love dogs. But what fucking happened? Every single year I went in, I came back home with a dog. And it's like, oh, damn. Then a couple years later, well, you know, it was just before we got divorced. I got into a little bit of legal trouble. And from there, I had to go ahead and volunteer at a homeless shelter. And instead of coming home with a dog, I came with Roberto. Said, hey, this is your new brother Roberto. My son, Brian, said, Dad, his name is Robert. He's whiter than I am. I'm like, okay, well, okay, it's Robert. So that joke kind of sucked. So I was just trying to get that. Oh yeah, next thing. As many of you guys know, if you've seen me for a while, I've got MS. I've had it for 34 years. And MS causes lots of problems all over the place. And one of those problems that comes is, you know, speaking of come and go, there is a come and go right next to the high school in Greeley. So it's like, yeah, well, let's go ahead and ditch, go to the come and go. What's going to happen? I guess we're going to come and we're going to go back to class. So, you know, now they're changing the name. That'll reduce tardiness, I guess. But I worked in special education, so I could not call them, you know, tardy, I had to call them late every time. So I think that's why I got fired. So anyway, with all these problems that I have with MS, one of the things I have is, I've become a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And that's because I get lots of special drugs. One of those things I have is depression. And I know there's lots of people who have depression. And, so it's like, okay, you give me a Zoloft, I'll give you 2 Wellbutrin. And we're like, oh, I need an SSRI? Oh, well, no, you gotta give me MAOI. I've gotta have different medications here. So, it's like, hey, $50 here, $20 there. Hey, oh, wait, I've got amphetamines too.
Oh.
There you go, there's the cash. So, it's like, hey, I've got MS, and people say it's a death sentence, and, your life is over. No. I'm gonna fucking make everything I can possibly go through this. If I can get through the lines at Elitch's or Disney World or TSA and get right through and get a valet straight to my seat in the plane, I'm gonna do it. It's like, fucking, I earned this, and fuck you. I get this. This is mine. So, let's see here. And I'm also trying to kill time for Zach to get here. Because that damn bastard, we're supposed to fight again. I've learned some new fatalities.
There's still one other sign up, and I can take up a lot of time too.
I'm sure you can, but we've all heard you before.
There is that.
I'm just doing whatever I can. So, community service, I got that. There's our MAOIs, SSRIs, got that. Alright, and then we got the football game between the Trojans and the Beavers. And it's like, well, if it works out to a big orgy in the middle of like halftime, okay.
At least they're protected.
I'm sure that's going to be a big hit on Netflix or YouTube. Let's see here.
Kinda.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all my stuff here for tonight. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I'd worked out